I'll tell you, it's been a really long week, and I am so glad that it's Friday. TJIF. We have 4 pours on the table. What in the world is going on? Hello, everyone. My name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. Well, here we are, the 4 pours that we're doing. This is our whiskey of the month. We're going to figure out which one of these bad boys we really like. And Rebecca has developed a brand new scoring system that we will be using during the year. And Rebecca is going to explain real briefly how that will go.
Yeah, and I'll do a page on our website so you can check it out more detailed if you're into that kind of thing. But in the past, we've had the whiskey of the month, and we just scored up to 100 points for each pour. We made it a contest between the 4 that were on the table, and then the whiskey of the month was automatically in the Sweet 16. We also had a quarterly system where we would evaluate again to do a seeding system. So we still want to end up with the Sweet 16, but what we learned through our first year doing this was that sometimes a month has a lot of great whiskeys in it. And sometimes that might mean we could be eliminating someone who really should be in the whiskey of the year. Our new whiskey of the month system will recognize the best whiskey of the month, but that does not guarantee they will be in the Sweet 16. We've gone to a very standardized scoring rubric, and it is no longer a contest between the 4 glasses on the table. Instead, it is a contest for what that bottle represents for what it's supposed to be. Then we will have a leaderboard all year long that will be tracking who is staying in the top 16. So I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm going to ask forgiveness early here because we're probably going to have to stop and pause and remind ourselves what we have to do each time because this is totally new for us. It's the first time we're doing it.
You're confused. I have no idea, and I'm right here. But we will figure this out. We'll be going over these 4 in front of us, and I'm pretty excited about this new group because I know it's stuff that we got at BourbonCon. We're going to figure out which one we really like today and what their points are.
I'm going to go ahead and share the 4 bottles that are under consideration for this month. And Wayne was correct. They all did come from BourbonCon. I'm going to share them alphabetically, just a real small snippet for each one. We have Burnt Tavern, which is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by William Berkeley Distillery. It is sourced at this time, and we do not know the mash bill, but it's 7 years old and 105 proof, and it was double barreled and finished in slow toasted American oak. We also have Jackson Purchase Batch 1 Full Proof, another Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by Jackson Purchase Distillery. Its mash bill is 70% corn, 20% rye, and 10% malted barley. It was aged 4 years, and its proof is 117.8. Next is Peter E. Hart Rye Whiskey, which is a Kentucky Rye whiskey by Peter E. Hart, sourced from Wilderness Trail Distillery. Its mash bill is 56% rye, 33% corn, 11% malted barley. It was aged 3 years, but the blend is reported to be closer to 4.5 years. Its proof is 100, and it was finished in smoked bourbon barrels. Finally, Trackside Bourbon Foundry Release High Proof is another Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by Trackside Distilling, co-founders Jade Peterson and Jeremy Deaver. It was sourced from barrels from Kentucky Artisan Distillery, which is where Jade Peterson is. It's a unique 4-grain mash bill of yellow corn, rye, distiller's malt, and chocolate malted barley. Its age is 5 years, and its proof is 107. So we have a rye in here. We didn't have a rye last year, so this is a first for us to have a rye in this contest. We'll be evaluating A, then B, then C, then D. Then we will go back and take a quick look because we have wildcard points we can assign. We're going to do A for the nose.
Well,
It smells good.
smells very floral.
I'm getting some spicy notes on it.
I'm just going to stick at floral. I believe I'm picking up other things, but I'm not 100% sure. This is a very good nose, though.
It maybe some dark caramel notes, some cinnamon spice for me.
There's almost a toastiness to me with this.
I would agree. There's something interesting going on with it.
And boy, I'll tell you, even doing a deep dive in there, trying like that, man, it's got a good smell.
I went a little deeper that time and I got almost a citrus note.
It's very solid.
So now what we will do is we will each take a moment to score it. And it's based on either good, great, or outstanding. And we have a scale of 5 points for the nose. Okay, have you scored the nose?
Yes, and I scored it a 4.
We'll share it this time. We won't do it all the time. Is we consider it to be multi-layered, distinct, secondary notes such as spice, fruit, or floral, and the ethanol is hidden. So I also gave it a 4. So we're consistent right now.
I tell you, I was really close to giving it a 5. I was really close, but I chose a 4, which I still think it's outstanding. It's really good. What a way to kick off, I tell you.
So now we're going to continue with A, and we're going to do the taste and the finish together. So we'll talk that through with you, and then we will score it. I'm ready to taste it. I'm pretty excited after smelling it there. Has some great legs forming. Oh, that's nice. I am getting some barrel notes.
I'm getting barrel notes. I'm getting mintiness. I'm getting ryegrass, which if you've heard what's in there, I think I know what it might be. I'm not 100% sure. Something else might creep up, but I really like this. Very good.
For me, I'm having a different experience than Wayne, which is fine. We all have different palates. We are doing something different this year. We're warming up with the same thing at the same time. So we have the same palate walking into the room. That's another thing we decided would be a good idea this year, is that sometimes he warmed up and I usually didn't. So we're warming up together with the same pour.
And you want to tell what that is?
You can.
The JTS Brown Bottle and Bond.
It's 100 proof, so it's right there in the middle for a lot of things we might be tasting. So that's just another thing we're trying to do to be more consistent. So for me on this one, I'm getting dark caramel notes. I'm getting barrel char. It's very toasty, and it's incredibly rich for me. And then the finish is really long and lingering. I'm loving the finish. It carries with those toasted oak notes, and I don't know if it's toasted or not, but that's kind of what I'm getting, a toasted char note that feels like almost hints of coffee back there on the finish, and I'm really liking that.
She kind of said it all. The one thing I'm getting that's different than what she said, I'm getting a little bit of a small cinnamon in the back. And it's combining with barrel notes. It's also combining with coffee. I really like this.
I do too.
I really like this.
So now we will score the taste, which we focus on the mouthfeel, the transition, and the flavor density. And we will also score the finish, which will focus on the duration and how the flavors exit. Okay, so we'll be right back. We're back from that. Again, we took a little longer because we were talking about how this really lines up. And FYI, because we always talked about taste being the most important aspect of a judging, right? We have made that 10 points, so it has the largest points. I gave it great on taste, and I gave it 8 points.
I did the same.
Oh my goodness, this is funny. And then on finish, I also thought it was great because I got so many nice notes in the back. Like the description of great is long and warming, brings back specific notes such as cocoa or leather. And I was getting some kind of coffee notes back there. So I gave it a 2.
I did the same.
And finish is worth 3 points. So that's the lowest score we give. We started a base of 80. We determined that anything to be considered for Whiskey of the Month would have a base score of 80 or it would not be in here. So what we have to play with are 20 points. 10 points for taste, 5 points for nose, 3 points for finish, and then we have our wild card that we won't be able to touch until the end of the rounds. So we're tied right now at 94. That's a very good score. That obviously falls into the great category. But now let's have some water and then continue on to B. I'm excited to try the next one. Back to the nose of B. And of course, you will know what we're tasting, as I always do. And the other thing we always had trouble with is keeping track of what we were tasting. So now everything is color coded. So our scoring page has blue on it, which matches the blue B. So we're trying not to make any mistakes. We are really wanting to be this solid approach to how we're doing things. It's probably the teacher in me. So, anyway.
I just follow. I'm just here.
So this is sample B.
Oh boy. Woohoo. Oh boy. Sweet. sweet confectionery sugar. This is pastry type sugar. This is a bakery type. Gosh, something else in there.
Yeah, it does have some real sweetness going on. I like it. I agree. It's got some confectionery notes. It's got some light spices, maybe like a nutmeg happening. It's very pleasant.
Nutmeg
very
or
pleasant.
a cardamom, and you're probably right with nutmeg.
Because it's sweet, and nutmeg for me is sweet. As I think about baking spices, there's allspice and there's cinnamon, nutmeg.
And after coming off of A, this is really opposite.
Great legs. So we'll know that more with the taste for viscosity. But I'm ready to score that on the nose. So what did you score it on the nose?
4.
I did too. I think that was just a really great nose. It just smelled outstanding. So now we're going to share some tasting notes with you. I'm going to be excited to see if it follows suit what the nose had. Not as sweet on the palate as the nose was, but it's there.
It's a little spicier. I can get the alcohol in it.
It does journey a little bit. And then the finish is really long and lingering on this one. It's just hanging out, as you would say. But it's not giving me crazy notes on the finish. I'm not getting like chocolate or leather or anything like that. Are you? It's more warm, lingering, maybe some barrel notes, some sweet char notes perhaps.
I'm getting a touch of pepper in the back.
Okay, so we'll score this. Again, it might take us a moment because it's the first time we're doing this. Okay, so for me on that one, I still felt the taste was in the great category, but I gave it 7 points.
I ended up giving it 6 myself. It was good, but it didn't match the nose.
That's why I took it down a note
Yeah,
too.
I liked it, but it didn't match the nose, and that's kind of, that's where I ended up with 6.
And then how about the finish?
I just gave it a 1. I thought it was good, but there wasn't anything dynamic in it for me as compared to, say, the previous one where I borderline going to a 3 with it. And so I just gave it a 1.
I gave it a 2 only because it was long, and I would say more short to medium is what I would give a 1 on. I gave it a 2 on that, so my score so far on B is a 93. How about you?
Mine is a 91.
Okay, so there you go. See, we are having some differences here. We are moving on to C, which is green for us. Again, helps me keep everything straight. All right, so let's check out the nose on C. Now that is very different.
Yeah.
I'm getting some citrus notes. Maybe floral.
Floral.
Some light spiciness, but it's not heavy spiciness. It's very lovely.
It's
And
very,
it's very viscous. Look at
very-
those legs. Oh my goodness.
oh, great legs. Definitely great legs. I'm also getting a very slight amount of ryegrass.
I think that's what my floral note is. My floral note is between being like a honeysuckle or being a really nice light floral ryegrass and a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of citrus. So that's pretty lovely.
I think the citrus is, I think it's lemon.
I agree. That's just
a
divine.
really
That's
solid
divine. That's really divine. I'm going to have to really think about this one on the nose. I kind of teetered on the nose. I was going back and forth between should it be a 5 for outstanding or should it be great? And if I could give a 4.5, I would have done it. We agreed we weren't going to do half points.
Right.
So I went 4, but I could easily shift to a 5.
I went 5 because I thought there was nothing off-putting about it at all. And I loved the nose on it. I could have possibly asked for a little bit more, but my mind kept telling me this one's not done yet.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. And so that's why I went with a 5. I think it's one of those ones that it smells great now. I think it's going to get better.
It was pretty amazing. We do reserve the right to adjust scores because One of the things we like to see is, does the nose match the palates? If it really matches up, I might bump it up to a 5. Let's taste, see. I'm excited to see what's in this glass because that was pretty crazy and we're getting some great legs on that. That matches the nose very well.
It's floral. I really believe this has baking spices in it. It is ryegrass. It is barrel.
I'm getting honey as a sweetness. It's almost like the floral is honeysuckle, and then it comes and it's honey on the taste. I think it matches the nose incredibly well.
I'm gonna take another taste here.
I'm getting a little bit of, for me, I feel like it's cinnamon and maybe white pepper. Does that sound strange? Now, are you still getting the citrus notes?
Yes.
And do you still feel it's lemon?
Yes.
I am too. I was just curious to see if Wayne felt the same. That is really solid.
Well, the finish, I'm getting pepper. I know she said cinnamon, that might be right, but I'm getting a pepper.
I also said white pepper.
I'm getting a black pepper. I'm getting a little bit of barrel, and it is a really, really good balance of both. This is very good.
It's got this really interesting sweetness, and I can't quite pick it what that is. And the finish almost has hints of smoke for me, which is interesting. We do have a couple things that are interesting barrel finishes, but we're gonna go ahead and score this. This could be interesting. Okay, so we've scored. I'll go first this time on taste. On taste, I gave it outstanding. I gave it a 9 because I felt like it just had so many things happening back and forth. I thought it was great.
I did the same.
Wow.
Exactly the same.
Okay. What about finish?
3. The finish is perfect. Absolutely perfect. If I had to say any critique, and this is personal preference, I love to get leather and tobacco.
Chocolate and coffee.
You know, and it got kind of one of the components to get the barrel, which I like. I can't get everything, but I just really liked it. 3.
I teetered, again, like I did on the nose, I teetered, but I ended up going with a great for 2. So nothing wrong with being great. So I scored this overall so far at a 95.
I gave it 97.
So that is a really strong contender. So pretty exciting. We'll flip the page and go to our pink sample D. Oh my, this was the sweetest one of all. This is really sweet.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
confectionery and almost vanilla cream pie kind of thing going on.
Vanilla. Definitely vanilla. There is spice in it. Not sure which one. There is definitely a baking spice.
The sweetness is just lovely, and the legs are fantastic. Oh my gosh, this smells so good.
And I do want to say it's like a baking sugar.
Confectionary.
Like powdered sugar.
Yeah, it's like confectionery, and it sounds weird to say it smells creamy, but that's where I'm getting like this vanilla custard thing. It almost smells like vanilla custard that has cinnamon sprinkled on top is what I'm feeling.
I would agree with that, smelling it.
I mean, it's like you walked into a bakery, and we don't have a wheated bourbon in here. We don't have something that's heavily wheated. We don't have a wheat whiskey. So that's interesting to me. How'd you score that one?
Gave it a 4.
I gave this one a 5 because I was really digging this nose.
I can see that. I teetered back and forth with it, but there was just something that I thought it was missing. And believe me, when I'm saying missing, I ain't missing much.
And it's a preference thing, right? You had a 5 on another one that I had a 4 on. So this one was singing to me. The other one was singing to you. So I'm really ready to taste this one.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that.
Not as sweet on the palate, but it's still there.
I find it as sweet on the palate. It is confectionery sugar. There is a spice in there that I'm not sure I don't know if it's ginger.
Because it's got a spiciness to it for sure.
I don't know if it's ginger or it's cardamom. There's something with a little bit of a bite. And
Well, cardamom doesn't usually have a bite, so it's probably ginger.
okay.
This is really super interesting because I'm still getting some of that bakery note, but it's transferred for me to a darker bakery note, but it's still sweet, but I'm not getting vanilla custard now is what I'm saying.
I think there's a citrus component for me.
Yeah, for me, the vanilla on the nose went to a little more caramel, and maybe it's more of a burnt sugar. It's almost creme brulee. Almost creme brulee. I'm not saying it's creme brulee, but it's really close for me. Now then, we got to think about the finish too. It's long. The finish is very long on this one. Okay, we'll go ahead and score and see what we come up with. Did you find this one easy to score? What did you give it for taste?
Taste, I gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8 as well. Any particular reasons you went 8?
I really thought a lot of the sweetness that I got at the beginning was still there, and I really enjoyed that taste. It wasn't really complex, but I thought it was really, really good. And that's the reason why I went with an 8.
Okay. And I went 8 because it did shift a little bit on the nose, but it stayed in the same lane. So the same notes I got on the nose just got deeper, darker, but still it stayed in the bakery for me. It was still very dessertish. And the fact that I got hints of creme brulee, it almost got a 9 for me, but it got an 8.
Okay.
Then on the finish, I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3 because of the 4 that we tasted, this one actually lasted the longest. I don't think it had the best finish as far as flavor, but as far as that Kentucky hug goes, it's lasted and
True.
it's pleasant and it's smooth, and it's still going right now. I gave it for the lasting. I gave it a 3.
So what's your total on that one?
Total is a 95.
I'm the same. So while we scored it differently, we ended up at the same place with a 95. What we're going to do right now is, since it's a new process, I forgot to write it down on my summary sheet. So we need to get that done before we go to the next part. So I'll be right back as soon as we do that. So we're back. That was fun to get it all down. It looks like right now, A is a 94 average. B is a 92 average. C is a 96. And D is a 95. Now we do have the opportunity to go back and give a wild card score. And keeping in mind that it's not about today, but it's about for the year, because we're going to have an ongoing leaderboard. The top 16 scores for the year will be in our Sweet 16. 0 is, it's a great pour, but nothing standing out. So a wild card, we could give 1 point if it's a unique profile, best in class, so to speak. Of course, we don't know what the class is because we don't know what we're drinking, but it's a representation of its style. And then outstanding was, we think it's a unicorn experience. It's really would want to go back and maybe get a backup bottle for it.
Okay.
We can give more than 1 wild card score. I would think it'd be rare that we'd give 2 of them 2 points, but it's possible to give a couple 1 points here and there. So we'll do that and come back and share if we gave any wild cards. Okay, so we're back. Interestingly, we each gave a 1 point wild card to C. So that's the only score that has changed was C.
Yeah.
And we didn't determine we wanted to change any of the other scores. We were comfortable with our scores we had done. We will do them in reverse order. So the lowest scoring one was B with a 92. So that is interesting. B is Burnt Tavern.
Interesting, that's a bit of a shock.
Yeah, because we loved Burnt Tavern when we tasted it on our Monday show. So that kind of surprises me. It maybe didn't taste as well today comparatively. But so that was Burnt Tavern. I'm going to make a note because otherwise I forget. So the next one with a really strong score of 94 was A. And that is 4. And 4, if my alphabet's correct, is Trackside Bourbon.
Huh. And that's what letter again?
That's A.
A. This is interesting.
I do think I even said to you when we were off camera, I thought it tasted a little like Trackside because it has the chocolate malt in it. And that's the only one that got coffee notes in it. So that was lean into that for me. When you have chocolate, malted barley in something, it's really hard to not distinguish it, let's just say. The one that had 95 points was sample D. And that is Craig Beam's Jackson Purchase. 95 points, very strong score. Probably could be a contender for the year. And that means that our top one is number 3. C was number 3 at 97 points. And I'll be danged, Wayne and I just picked a rye. That is Peter E. Hart Kentucky Rye Whiskey. And it is finished in smoked bourbon barrels. So we've never had a rye in the competition. It's going to win our Whiskey of the Month for February.
If I'm really surprised by anything about on the table is Burnt Tavern finishing last.
Yeah, I am too, but my goodness, it had a 92, so it wasn't a terrible score. And these two were interesting. I didn't guess them. I kind of thought that might be the rye just because we had some ryegrass notes on it. But it is a very interesting pour. The rye is made, actually, they source with Wilderness Trail, and we love their rye. So not super shocking that it did really well with us. It is definitely our Whiskey of the Month, and I would have to hazard a guess that with a 97, it will more than likely be in the Whiskey of the Year. Yeah, that is a really strong score.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one, too.
That is pretty amazing, that Peter E. Hart, and it is a rye, but it's got the Wilderness Trail mash bill, and also it's finished in smoked bourbon barrels. So I was getting that little smokiness on that.
I was, too. It hit every profile today, and I knew tasting it. My guess was that it was the rye, and not that it would matter. To me, it was, is it really good? And boy, I'll tell you today, it was good in every aspect. It was the only one that I gave, and you as well gave an extra bonus point to for being outstanding. This is a great bottle.
Yeah, and I would say that Jackson Purchase has a chance, because I think anything at 95 or higher would have a chance at being in our top 16. Every month's not going to be this great. We knew we had a banger month here because we had so many great bourbons we tasted at BourbonCon. So I'm excited. I think this was really fun. Did you like the process?
I did. Once again, looking at all this, I am still shocked at Burnt Tavern. I'm not going to go back and change my scores or whatever like that. But that was a really, really good pour. And I'll say this, that what it lost to in this lineup, these were heavy. I'm very surprised. This would have ranked up with a lot of the things that we did last year.
Yeah. So let's sign out with the winner. It did have the highest score today, the 97-point winner.
Yeah, man, I've actually got a ball cap of that.
That's right, you got a hat, didn't you?
I bought the $130 bottle, and they ended up giving me a ball cap.
You want to toast us out, honey?
Peter Hart. This was an outstanding pour, and you have a chance to run the gamut. This is really, really good. If you can find it, buy it, because you will not be disappointed. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. Honestly, if you got any one of these on the table, go ahead and pick it up today because they're really good. Cheers.
Cheers.